Barça! Visca Catalunha! Aqui é o Roberto, Ronaldo, Araújo, Cubaci, Frank, Gol, Garcia, Alejandro, Baldi, Rashford, Aqueceu, Martim, respeito o manto revoltou.
Barcelona versus Athletico de Madrid is going to be fire. In Nigeria language, they say it's going to be boy boy. Okay, they call it boy boy. Okay, guys. Pre-match analysis: Barcelona versus Athletico de Madrid. First things first. Okay, the Atletico Madrid that we are going to see on Wednesday is not the same Atletico de Madrid that we saw on Saturday. I promise you that. Remember, on Saturday they didn't have Lookman on the field. They didn't have Alvarez on the field. I think Jimenez came in later. They didn't have Hanko. They didn't have Llorente. Okay. I believe the Atletico de Madrid we're going to have on Wednesday is not going to be the same Atletico de Madrid that we're going to have that we had on Saturday. Okay. And personally, I'm happy with the fact that the Ale is going to be in our field, because the Ale being in our field, we are going to have to give in our best. And you know, Barcelona on a good day at the Camp Nou is at least 3 goals. Okay, we'll get to that later. We are going to give in our best in our field, so that going into the match return at the Riyadh Metropolitano, we are going to know how to approach that match in order not to make the same mistake that we made in the Copa del Rey. Okay, so first things first, Atletico de Madrid will be almost the same team. The only addition I think will be Llorente, that will be back in the team. Then Lookman and Alvarez that are going to obviously start. Okay, now everything being equal, I think Atletico de Madrid are still going to come into this game with the same objective that they came with in the match in La Liga. The only difference will be that here they will have an opportunity of an Ale and Retu. Okay, so I believe they will even come and even defend more than what they did in La Liga. Personally, okay, I believe Simeone will tell his guys that they should limit the disaster, because they know it's going to be disaster. They know so well that it's not going to be easy. Okay, because I heard some people were saying that Atletico Madrid will come out and play, and I'm not sure. Simeone is very smart. Simeone knows how to go about this competition kind of thing. Okay, maybe they might come out to play, but not. They are not going to take as much risk. Okay, they're not going to take as much risk as they are supposed to take. Okay, they are going to limit the risk that they can take. Okay, that I can really assure you of. Okay. Okay, so we're not going to have the same Atletico de Madrid that we had over the weekend. Now in the team, okay, in the team of Atletico de Madrid, Simeone will tell his players to limit the disaster. Okay, and I think that will even push them to even defend more, especially if Barcelona comes in with their A game and decide to dominate them like what we did at the Camp Nou, at the Copa del Rey, the match return. Okay, and now also in the match of Wednesday, I think Frankie De Jong will not be back. I think Frankie de Jong will not be back. Why they, on the other hand, they're going to have fresher players. They're going to have Lukman, Alvarez, Llorente is going to be back. Also, on the other hand, we're going to be on a disadvantageous side. Frankie de Jong will not be back. Bailey will be back. Kunde will be back. We've lost Mark Bernal. The same thing I was talking about. Okay, that we're not supposed to use him too much. We've lost Mark Bernal. We've lost Ronald Araujo. That's the problem here with Barcelona, because once it's like they are doing better exchange substitution. Once others leave the hospital, others go. Like as they are leaving, look at, we came back. Bade came back. Kunde came back. De Jong is about to come back. Bernal and Araujo went. Okay, it's like they are doing the exchange. That's the problem with the Barcelona squad. We don't easily have all our players fit. It is rare. It has not really happened this season. We always have some people that are coming, others are going. Okay, and I don't want us to risk our players for anything. Okay, so what do I expect? I expect a very tight match, a very complicated match, a match of attack and defense. I've told you guys, it's at the Camp Nou. Simeone knows that he's coming. He's not coming to play his everything. He's coming to attack us using very dangerous counter attacking players. That's what he's going to do. He's going to make use of his Lukman, Alvarez, and Griezmann. Okay, so he's going to make use of those players on counter attack. So Barcelona have to be very, very attentive. We avoid playing our high line if we're not ready to press. We can play a mid block, not a low block, but a mid block. Okay, and we have to convert almost all our chances. I said almost all our chances, because we're not supposed to allow anything to them, because Athletico de Madrid can have just 4 chances in the game and score 4 goals. Yes, they are that clinical. Okay, they can have 4 chances and score 4 goals. Okay, the same thing happened in the Copa del Rey match. Okay, they had just 4 chances. That was in the first half. They scored 4 goals. Okay, so we have to be very, very careful. But since it will be at the Camp Nou, I believe something favorable, okay, might happen in our favor. Okay, so I think after that, what's left to be said? We just met them on Saturday. We know how they're going to play. We know what they're going to do. We go on to my preferred 11, and I'll give my predictions at the end. Firstly, we'll start with the Atletico de Madrid team. Okay, the Atletico de Madrid team, I think they're going position. They'll have Musso, because Oblak is still injured. Have Musso as a left back. They're going to have Ruggeri. 2 center midfielders. They're going to have Hanko and Lunoman. As their right back, they're going to have Llorente. Okay, yes, I think they're going to have Llorente as their right back. Then because they'll play in 4-4-2 in front of those 4 players, at the right wing position, they're going to have Giuliano, the son of the coach. At the midfield position, they're going to have Koke and Baina. Then at the left wing position, they're going to have Ademola Lookman. Now the 2 guys in front obviously are going to be Griezmann and Alvarez. With on the bench, I think they're going to have Solo that will come in to crucify us, like what he usually does. Okay, now for the Barcelona squad, okay, what I expect from our team, what I expect the coach to put is to repeat the same lineup that he did on Saturday. Why do I say so? That lineup helps us to control the midfield. And the match against Athletico de Madrid will be a battle of the midfield. You get? If we win the midfield, we are going to win that match. Because we need to overload the midfield so that we can give out space. We need to overload that midfield. Have technical players. Have players that are good on the ball, that can overload and control that midfield. Then we can now give him passes to Rashford, Lamine, and I think Lewandowski or Su, okay, that are going to be present. Personally, that's what I think. Okay, that same method, I believe, is still going to work for us in this particular match. Okay, now our starting 11: Joan Garcia in goal, right back position Kunde, he's back, and he showed glimpses of him, of the Kunde, of prime Kunde, the Kunde that we used to know. As our two center backs, we are going to have Kubasi and Gerard Martin. Obviously, that's the best center back player. Gerard Martin should be careful this time around, please. And as our left back, obviously Cancelo, no doubt about that. Nobody's discussing that place with me. Personally, I even saw a formation where somebody played Balde as left back and played Cancelo as left winger. Okay, that's very disrespectful to Rashford. Personally, I will not do that. If Rashford was not in his best of form, or if Rashford was not trying to do something good, I would have done that. But that is disrespectful to Rashford. It's not good to do that. So I'll play Cancelo as left back. Okay. Now as defensive midfielder number 6, I'll play Eric Garcia. Number 8, Pedri. Okay. Number 10, I'll play Fermin. Okay. I'll play Fermin. Now I'll play Rashford as our left winger. Please, Rashi, we need an excellent game from you. We need a game. You had a good game against them on Saturday, but we need a better game. Okay, so I'll play Rashford as a left winger, and I think I'll play Lewandowski for experience to occupy defenders, and we give spaces for Fermin to run in and cause havoc. You know, Fermin loves he's on Sancho. He loves this kind of matches. So I'll play Rashford, Lewandowski, and Lamine. Okay, so goalkeeping position, we have Joan Garcia, right back Kunde, Kobasi, Gerard Martin, center defenders, left back Cancelo, Eric Garcia as number 6, Pedri as number 8, Fermin as number 10, Rashford as left winger, Lewandowski for his experience. Okay, as number 9, then Lamine Yamal. Then as substitute, we can bring in Balde. If Rashford starts because Rashford always have it's like he cannot have 90 minutes of good game. If Rashford starts dropping, we cannot bring in Balde as left back and push Cancelo up as left winger. Okay, that's what I think. Then Olmo can now come in for Lewandowski, not for Fermin. Olmo can come in for Lewandowski so that Fermin can now be pushed up and played as a false 9, while Olmo helps Pedri at the midfield position. Okay. Lamine Yamal, I want him to play. I believe he should play this game 90 minutes so that Rooney can play the game that we have during the weekend. Okay, I think that will be all. We're not supposed to do a lot of substitution. It's Camp Nou. We know that we are going to have our Camp Nou advantage. Predictions for this game: Barcelona is going to score at least 3 goals. Okay, and obviously we're going to carry the day. Okay. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Probably it's going to be the post-match analysis for the Real Madrid and Bayern Munich match. Okay, that's after the match. We're going to have a video to analyze what happened. Hopefully, Real Madrid should lose. Hopefully. See you in the next one. Peace. Visca Barça, Visca Catalonia.